Okay, so what we're setting up here and what my mom's doing is an exercise to build the outside of the hip. So you can see we have a small band, it's around the ankles. She's leaning over, and you could do this in a side plank position, but often for most people that's way too challenging. So this is almost like a raised side plank. And then she's lifting out into this hip. We're going to have her do 10 of those, and then she's going to hold the 10th one and do like a knee raise. Yeah, where her knee and foot comes out in front while also keeping the distance there. So what this does is this challenges the outer hip. So if a person has kind of hip weaknesses in the bottom of a squat or hip shifting, so they get to the bottom of the squat and the hips kind of move left and right or they feel unstable, this is a way to build up their outer hip area and for stability and strength. Cool. Okay, again, this is the same exercise. We're just doing the other side now. So one of the reasons why we were doing this is my mom's hip strength in her squat was a little too low, and it was causing her to take too narrow of a foot width when she was squatting, which was hurting her depth, and it was also over-involving the quads and the low back. So this will help strengthen her outer hips to give her a wider stance, which will help her better use her hamstrings and glutes and blend those muscles efforts with the quads and low back. So it'll make her squat a lot stronger and a lot safer because we'll be using the hips evenly through all the muscles connected. Cool. Okay, so this is actually a variation for somebody to get started. So if they're too weak to do in a tilted position, you would actually just start them in a standing position. So you would still do 10 kind of kickouts to the side with a nice straight body. And then after the 10 kickouts, they would go into 10, almost like a march in place. And you want to make sure the foot comes out in front. So it can go back beside the other foot when you're in between the steps, as long as it kicks out. Good. So she's going to do 10 on 10 on that leg and then 10 and 10 on the other. And again, this is kind of a way to kind of get somebody started. And you can even try it without a band at first. So they can even just do their body weight. So the main goal is, no matter in what position they're in, that their hip and their body is straight in line. So whether they're tilted or straight up, that hip has to stay in place and they have to be in a nice straight line. That way you ensure you're working the right muscles.